everyone, it's Taylor here, and we're going to be creating these two versions of a fun Halloween card. It features our G-G-G-Ghost Stamp and Stencil combo, where the ghosts are created by stamping, and then the stencil is included for applying the faces to all the ghosts in the background. I'll also be using a few new dies. We have our Ghost Gang die and clear combo, where the clear stamps will stamp the faces onto the ghosts, and the Boo Script and Boo Backer die. I'll be using the Halloween Stars and Sparkles to add a little bit of embellishment at the end, and Stitched Frame Stacklets 3 and Stitched Circle Stacklet dies. For the orange card, the three ink colors are Peaches and Cream, Candy Corn, and Pumpkin, and the purple card is Macaron, Dried Fig, and Eggplant. I'll be doing embossing with both VersaFine Clair and VersaMark inks and our new black sparkle embossing powder. Then I will be using my blender brushes in a little bit of an unexpected way with these two projects, and foam sticky strips for the adhesive, along with the Don't Stress Just Press tool and my Embelly Jelly Pick and Place tool. So we're going to start with that background stamp where the ghosts are left white because we are going to be stamping on white cardstock. And then we'll use the stencil to apply the faces. I have a little bit of adhesive on my Misty Grid paper, and then I have closed the back lid and picked up that piece of paper. Now I'm using 3 different colored ink pads, starting with the lightest at the top and going towards the darkest. I'm using my orange blender brush to blend the 2 colors together so you get a more seamless transition. Then I will wash the stamp and we'll do the same with the 3 purple colors, starting with the lightest Macaron and then Dried Fig and Eggplant. And this time I will use my purple blender brushes to blend those colors together so you don't have such a stark contrast where the lines of color are meeting up. Now it's really easy to find where to place these little ghost eyes. I have put the powder tool onto my paper before inking this with VersaFine Clair because I'm going to then use black sparkle embossing powder over the ghost eyes. As you can see, this creates a really fun and sparkly effect for those ghost eyes. You could certainly just do it with black ink, but this adds a little bit of an extra step and some extra shine and shimmer to your project. Just by placing that stencil down and using the VersaFine Clair, it is an ink that stays wet longer than other black inks, so it allows you to just pour the powder over the top and heat from there. So once that step is finished, I'm going to do all of my die cutting. I need 2 of the Boos and 2 of the Boo Backers. So the Boo is from our Oreo cardstock and the Boo Backer is from the Sugar Cube. And then I'm going to run the ghosts through twice as well, so I end up with 6 little ghosts. I also need that Stitched Frame Stacklets 3 and the Stitched Circle Stacklet that matches. So the Stitched Frame Stacklet will be out of Oreo cardstock and then the Stitched Circle out of vellum. So I have 2 of every die cut that I'm using on my project since we're making 2 cards. Now I wanted to add just something extra to those words, so I have inked them with VersaMark ink and I'm dipping them into my black embossing powder. I'm holding them down with my die pick so that they don't get away from me and heating them with my heat tool until they become shiny and sparkly. I'm going to adhere those to the backer pieces so that it spells out Boo. But as I was doing this, I realized you could take the B, turn it around, make it a G, and you could have the word goo. So another fun option that also works for Halloween. So now I have put the vellum on the back of my frame stacklet and I'm stamping the ghost faces with the clear stamp set that comes with the die. So I'm going to add those extra little ghosts onto my ghost background. I'm placing both of those backgrounds onto a Sugar Cube card base. And then I'm going to take some of our foam sticky strips and just bend them all the way around the outside of those frames. I like the idea of using vellum here because it takes away some of the background and gives a spot for your sentiment to rest. So I've placed those 2 vellum framed circles around the top third of my project and then place the sentiment and the small ghosts around the outside. The last step is just to add these fun little star embellishments within the background, and you can see how these turned out super quick, easy, and cute. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, click the subscribe button below, and you can find all of these products at the Tailored Expressions web store at tailoredexpressions.com.